Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Natalie with Natalie's Closet, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing 11 lessons I've learned along the way since starting my business, and I will be announcing September's surprise giveaway winner. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so welcome back everyone. As I said, today's something a little bit different, but I'm going to go ahead and go over the top 11, let's say, things I've learned since starting my business, and announcing September's surprise giveaway winner. Now, I am pre-recording this on Sunday, so I wasn't worried about having everything the same because I know that the rest of the week is going to be significantly different. So, and I'm really excited about it. Like, you have no idea how excited I am about it. But anyway, okay, for those of you that know me, probably know why I'm getting so excited about it. But, yeah. And I forgot to do something that for those of you that watched yesterday's video, we'll know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these blue jars up here. But anyway, okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to try to not make this too long and or too wordy. But I did take extensive notes. I may not read all of them because I also don't want to sound like a robot. But my pen is stuck in my notebook. Okay, I got it. All right. And this is these are in no particular order. It was just as I thought of different things. Of course, there are so many things I've learned along the way, and so many things I will learn along the way that I just couldn't think of everything. But first, before we get into all of that, I would love to welcome any new subscribers. And of course, welcome back everyone else. Thank you all so incredibly much. I know I say it every time, but I truly mean it. I really appreciate all of your support. It means the world to me. I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for you guys actually watching. So, I mean, I guess I could still be doing it, but what fun is that if you guys aren't actually enjoying what I'm doing, you know? Anyway, so if you are new, I would love it if you'd consider hitting the red subscribe button down below, as well as a notification bell next to that. Make sure you set it to all so you're notified anytime I upload a video. My normal schedule, I try to keep it Monday, Wednesday, and getting to know you has lately been always on Sunday. And then I do a weekly live on Tuesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you guys there tomorrow. That would be awesome. And yeah, and then of course, if you guys wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up as well as commenting and sharing, I would greatly appreciate it. There's not really going to be anything to say is your favorite today. So don't worry about that necessarily. Or if you see something that is your favorite and you want to say that, that's fine too. I don't mind. I will, I'm probably going to be doing this in every video for probably a few weeks just because I'm still excited about it. But I do, just in case you have missed it in a couple of videos, I do have my own colorway now that Jake with Dogstar Knits has created for me in a yarn. He does have a few different yarn bases available. They're all in fingering weight, except he does have a 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon in a DK weight. But he also has a superwash merino cashmere nylon blend. He's got a 75% superwash, 25% nylon. And what else does he have? I think he has something else, but now I can't remember. Holy cow, Jake, I'm so sorry. But anyway, isn't this colorway beautiful? He asked me what my favorite colors were and what techniques were my favorite, and then he took it where he was going to take it. And blue is my favorite color, and I love pinks and purples just as much with speckling, which he has it all in there. And it's absolutely beautiful and stunning. And it's got not only his logo on there, which of course it's his business, he also added my logo on here. And the colorway name is What's in Natalie's Closet. So yay, I'm so excited. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Sorry, I hope you guys don't get sick of me sharing that with you. But like I said, I'm still excited about it. I think I'm going to be excited about it for a while. Now, there is a coupon code to his shop, which I'll put the link in the description box below. It is Natalie. I'll put it across the screen as well. It's 10% off anything in his shop. I do not make anything on any yarns that he sells, whether they're my colorway or anything else. I don't make anything off of that. I'm just excited in being able to share his shop and supporting a small business. So thank you for those of you that have already placed an order with him and supported his small business, and those of you that still plan to do so. Thank you so incredibly much. Okay, so on to the topic at hand. I do have 11 points in here. Again, like I said, I have extensive notes, but I'm hoping not to read them all. And typically when I write them down, I kind of sort of remember things better. So we'll see how that goes. And if I need help, I got the notes. And then I will, at some point in the video, be announcing September's future surprise giveaway winner, which the way to enter that giveaway is, I started it in January when my 2 series that I had were on Mondays where I was doing local yarn shop tours, and Wednesdays when I was featuring small online businesses, which I still have the Wednesday series going. It's going to slow down a little bit, but then as I ran out of local yarn shops, which I still have like 6 that I'm going to do, but I have to plan weekend trips, and right now that's a little hard to do. Sorry. I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, so on Monday and Wednesday videos, and I'll tip it, if it's not a normal video, like that would be part of that, I will let you know, okay, this isn't part of the favorites thing. But on Mondays and Wednesdays, if there are things that I'm sharing with you, as long as you let me know what your favorite was, whether it was something I changed on my scape, it was one of the yarns you see, if it was a shop that I'm sharing with you, if there's something that you can, or if there are projects I'm sharing with you and you let me know which is your favorite, or if it's the project bags or the stitch mark, whatever the case is, if you let me know what your favorite is on Monday and Wednesday videos, I then take once a month, I will give every video that qualifies since January a number. Then I use a number generator that will pick a number. Then I go to the video that was assigned that number that month, and then I use the YouTube random comment picker to pick the winner from the comments of that video. And that is my future surprise giveaway winner. And the winnings are different because local yarn shops and or small online businesses have donated items for future surprise giveaways. So from all these shops and local yarn shops and or online shops that I've been sharing with you, many of them have donated. I think I've had like 35 or 40 shops donate something, whether it was some stickers or yarn or project bags or yarn condoms or whatever the case is. And I've been trying to keep them relatively even, so no one person is getting more than another. But that's how I choose the future surprise giveaway winner. So I will be announcing that today. But I did want to let you know, because some of you may be fairly new and haven't actually heard that before. And I don't expect you to go binge watch all of my videos to have seen that. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to let you know that, because I haven't brought it up in a while. All right, back to the topic at hand. Again, I went off topic. So anyway, number 1, again, these are in no particular order, but I learned to not be naive and blindly trust. When I first started my business back in 2015, and the thing is I prefer to believe that people, as a general rule, are good, honest people. As a general rule, I believe that is actually the case. However, there are a lot of people that are not. And I have been in I've had multiple direct sales businesses that I've had, as well as have been in retail for 28 years, and have had my own business since 2015, which has been on the back burner for a couple of years while I've been doing my YouTube channel, but I'm building it back up. But I learned very early on with my very first commission actually it was my very first project I made that happened to also be a commissioned piece. I learned to not just willy-nilly trust that somebody is going to actually fulfill their obligation and purchase whatever it is you made for them, but to just not be fully trusting in that, and to take a deposit or take something. That's what I learned from not being overly trusting because of the situation that happened with my first commission piece, which I still have because it fell through, and because it was such specific item that was a very expensive baby blanket. It's not necessarily in everybody's budget, and I'm not willing to lower the price just to be able to sell it, because it is a very special piece. So I have learned to not be very trusting. I have decided for myself to any commission piece that I have, and I'm not talking about like Etsy orders, because people order it in advance, you get paid, and then you make the item and or send it if it's already made. I'm talking about like if you're doing a market or a craft show or something, and somebody wants something special made, I have now learned and decided to take either a 50% deposit on it, unless they're willing to pay for it in upfront as a whole, which some people will or prefer to, but a 50% deposit, and or at least the price of materials, which for this particular blanket I'm talking about, the yarn itself was $120 just for the blanket. So that's what I mean by, and it was a crocodile stitch blanket. So it you know, a lot of time went into it as well. But anyway, so that was my very first, I shouldn't say my very first. I learned that on, but I always think, okay, they're honest, they look honest, and then I end up, I've been burned multiple times. But that's one of the earliest things I've learned in any business. I just really learned it very well when I started this business. All right, number 2, make sure you have a tracking number on all shipments. Yes, anything that you ship, if it's something that somebody purchased and you are sending to them, make sure there's some sort of a tracking number. I mean, nowadays they even do it on first class mail for the most part, but make sure you have a tracking number, because I mean, it would be better if it was like, you know, priority where there's insurance and a tracking number or whatever, but at least with a tracking number, you're able to have something to stand on in the event they say they didn't receive it. You can go ahead and track it, and you can say, yes, it was delivered. Now, whether they received it or not is already beyond your control, but it was delivered, type of a thing. Because I learned that several years ago with a different business, our direct sales business I was in, that really messed me up in something else. But I mean, it was a very, very, very large order, and I was also going through some, it was a weird period of time in my life, and I didn't get a tracking order or tracking number on it, and they said they didn't receive it, even though I was able to get somebody to admit that they do remember having delivered it. Because I didn't actually have a tracking number and actual proof on paper, it didn't count. And so I'd have to take a lot of legal recourse and everything else that would have just cost way too much money to just, that was a big lesson I learned. So I figured I'd share that with you. Let's see, number 3. Yeah, I'm actually going to read this one, but I finally learned, or allowed myself to get out of my own way, to feel confident that I can do whatever I want as long as I stick with it. I used to just walk away from, like, if I started something and it wasn't popular, or some people didn't like it or whatever, I would get very discouraged, and I would just walk away, and I would stop doing it. And I finally learned to get out of my own way and just be okay with being confident that it'll work out as long as I stick to it. I know I've learned, because I've proven to myself, and this is one of the points that my mom actually brought up to me, because she has seen it in me, that I can do anything as long as I stick to it and put my mind to it. And just because something isn't successful right away doesn't mean it's not going to be. It may not be popular at that moment. It may not be, you know, and it also depends on you and how you approach the situation or the topic or whatever the case may be. But I know I've learned from now experience many times that as long as I stick with it and put my mind to it, I can do anything. And I just learned to get out of my own way and allow myself to do that, and then it ultimately will work out. So that's another thing. And some of these may not be what you typically hear. Oh, I thought I kicked my drink, but it's over on this side. But these are my own personal things. All right, number 4. yeah, I've also finally got the confidence in myself to think outside the box, even if it's something that I'm passionate about, but not many others are doing. So this kind of goes hand in hand with number 3. But even if it's not something popular, I still allow myself to think outside the box and say, okay, this isn't being done, but I really want to do this, and it's a little maybe out there, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. And I've become confident in knowing that as long as I'm passionate about it and I'm excited about it, me personally, I'm not saying this may work for everybody, but me personally, when I'm passionate about something or excited about something, and I've gotten really good at sales, and I'm not trying to say that like to pat myself in the back, but when I am informed about something and I'm excited about it and I'm passionate about it and it's just something that makes me happy, I can sell ice to an Eskimo if that's what I was trying to sell. But when I do think of an idea that is a little bit out there and it's not in the norm of what everybody else is doing or what is in trend or on trend or whatever, as long as I am happy and excited, I know that I can make that work. And that's something I learned, because for a while there, that was not something that I was comfortable in doing, because I felt like I had to be doing stuff that everybody else is doing because everybody would know about it, and that's the way I'll be successful. And no, I don't worry about that anymore. I'm like, nope, this is what I want. This is what I see, and I believe in it, and that's where I'm going. Number 5, yeah, I definitely learned, and this is common sense, but I've learned that you need to keep coming up with new ideas. Just because, and even if you have something that's ridiculously successful, that's great, keep on doing it. But you always have to keep thinking about new ideas. Even if you're not planning on implementing it right away, have the ideas in store. You may change your mind. You may say, wait a minute, no, that's not, I don't want to do that anymore. But keep having the ideas so that either if you want to do it in addition to what you're already successful at, or if things start winding down with whatever it is you have been doing well at, you still have other ideas that you are excited about. Like I said, things can change, but that you know you're excited about and that you already have kind of thought about and have a way of, you've thought it through and have an idea of how you want to implement it. Just always think about new things. That is definitely something, again, that's common sense, but it is definitely something that I have learned, something that I have learned to rely on a lot more over the last 5, maybe 7 years or so, roughly. Yeah, number 6, again, this is pretty common sense, but I've found that there are a lot of people that don't do it, and I used to never do it because I am a procrastinator and sometimes put things, follow up is extremely important. You have to follow up on stuff. Like if I reached out to somebody and, had an idea and wanted to see if they wanted to be part of it or if they wanted to, somehow be involved, I used to, I would send an email or I would make a phone call and then I would not follow up. And I'd be like, well, they didn't contact me, so they're not interested. Well, that's not necessarily the case. They may be busy. You are not their number one priority. You have to be your number one priority, and you need to make sure that you get your stuff going. So first of all, reach out to a bunch of different people that may be involved in the same thing, and or reach out to them again, follow up, because again, you are not their number one priority. They may have gotten busy. They may have misplaced it. They may not have gotten the email or the voicemail or the whatever. That does happen very legitimately and sadly fairly often sometimes, but follow up, because the more you are in charge of what you're wanting to do, the more you're going to be able to get it done. And as long as you're following up, you can't say that you didn't try. And it may end up being that they, oh my gosh, I completely forgot. Yeah, let's do this. Or no, I'm sorry, I did get this, but I'm not really interested. But the squeaky wheel, you know what they say about the squeaky wheel. So follow up, follow up, follow up. Very important. That is something I learned. And even though I don't like having to do it sometimes, I do it. Or, yeah, it kind of goes into another thing that's kind of at the end. But yeah. Number 7, I have learned to not be afraid of taking a risk. Risks are risky, and they can be scary to take. They're risks. And I haven't necessarily been in a position where, like, let's say I can drop $5,000-$10,000 on yarn at one time. Oh my God, would I love to do that? But I haven't been in a position to be able to do that, you know, or something like that. So, I mean, yeah, that to me would be a bit more risky, but there have been situations where I have learned that taking a risk is okay. And a lot of times can turn out to be a really great thing. I mean, sometimes you could, you know, it could not work out, and I wish I didn't do that, or, well, but you tried. You won't know unless you try, and that's another thing, now that I think about it, not to be worried about hearing the word no. That was something I learned when I was in Mary Kay, actually, that you're going to get 1 yes to 100 no's, but you have to be able to be willing to get through those no's. And that has the same thing to do with risks. I mean, sometimes you may take a risk and you may hear something you don't want to hear, and you may have, you know, invested something, or even if it's just your time, it could fall through. But again, with the no, that's the worst, especially with the, now, I mean, if you're actually taking a risk where you are dropping a lot of money, that's a different story. That's a different type of risk. But even asking for a favor, or asking, like, I reach out to these small businesses and I ask them, do you have a coupon code or an affiliate link or a referral program? Would you be willing to or interested in donating something for a future surprise giveaway? But I let them know, this is what I'm doing. This is my plan. You can check it out on my channel. They can see on my videos that I am legitimately doing this. It's not, I'm not saying this and trying to get free things and then keeping it. Yes, I have a ton of things from these shops, so it may take many months to get through them, but I do it. They know it's only once a month. But like I tell them, the worst thing you can say, you know, I figured I'd ask because the worst thing you can say is no. I mean, in that case, the risk is slim because I'm simply sending an email and asking. But the worst thing they can do is say no. And so you get a no. Yeah, when you hear no a bunch of times, it does get a little bit, you know, discouraging, but you never know what that next yes can lead to. You know what I mean? So it kind of goes hand in hand with the risk. Not really, that kind of like broadened into a little bit more than just risk, but I'm hoping you get what I'm saying. And that's something I learned big time. And that's why when I when I started my 2 series in January, one was local yarn shops. I did actually have one place that said that it wasn't something that they were wanting to do. They didn't want me to do a video tour of their shop. It wasn't a yarn shop. It was a different fiber art shop, but that was not something they were interested in having done. And okay, no problem. But I was nervous walking in. I don't know why, but the first 2 or 3 shops I went into, I was a little nervous going in there and letting them know what it is I'm doing. And then I had just started the series. I didn't have anything that they could look back on to see that, you know, how I do it, what I do, you know, anything like that. And thankfully, they were all willing to let me do it, which was awesome. But then when I started my Wednesday series, which was the first Wednesday in January, I believe, that was the first time. I mean, obviously, I've fixed up my email and my approach a little bit, but it was the first time I was sending an email to a small business saying, this is what I'm planning on doing, and this is what I'm hoping to get out of it, and I'm wanting to be able to support small businesses, and would you be willing, and do you have this, and whatever this thing is. And I've had no's. I've had people that said, I don't do coupon codes, and some of the small businesses, they really don't do affiliate links and that kind of stuff, which I get. But I don't do coupon codes, and no, I'm not really interested in sending something for giveaway. No problem. Or I'm not in the financial position right now to be able to do that. No problem. Have I heard yes more than no's on that? I have. And I've had a lot of people, once they've actually looked back on my channel and seen what I have been doing, have been really eager to be part of it because they really are liking getting their name out. And I tell them right up front, I have a small channel. I have like 1,300 people. And when I started this, I think I only had like 1,100 or 1,000 people. I don't know where I was, but so it's not like I have a huge platform that I'm, you know, shouting their names from and that they're going to get. And I tell them, you may not get any orders, but you may get some traffic. And for Etsy, traffic is a good thing. I mean, that helps with their analytics. So, okay, I'm sorry. I went out on a tangent. I apologize. I'm hoping I at least made sense, but that was all part of learning with my own personal business. And I mean, YouTube isn't necessarily a business, but yes, I am in it to hopefully grow and be able to share with you guys as much as I can, but also be able to run it alongside my business, where if I do have something going on in my business, I can share it with you guys. You know what I mean? So kind of, I'm doing it both hand in hand. But my YouTube channel, for those of you that have been following me for a while, at least this year, has been very much focused on supporting small business, which isn't me, but also showing you what I'm working on and stuff like that and what I like and etc. But okay, I'm going to shut up because I just keep going and getting outside of the topic at hand. So I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. But I hope it's at least ringing true to some of you, or some of you know what I mean. Okay, so let's go ahead and do one more point before the next thing. Let's see, number 8. Okay. And this next point is specifically geared towards or pointing towards business, business transactions, not necessarily the way I feel or think personally when I'm dealing with people, but I've learned, I'm going to read this because it's just going to be easier for me. I've learned to never just assume what another person's intentions really are, meaning that if I just met someone new, again, in like a business transaction, I've learned to not just take whatever they say. I've learned to take whatever they say with a grain of salt, not totally disregarding it, but not putting too much weight on it, until I've gotten to know them a little better, had a conversation, and tried to figure out, are they friend or foe, or do they have an ulterior motive? And I'm saying that because I have had experiences where I've had someone be like, yeah, that's great, and then they start like either picking my brain at ideas and stuff like that, because I sometimes think like way outside the box. I may not actually make it come to fruition or don't end up doing it, but sometimes I do have crazy ideas that I've come up with, like just pop up in my head, and then may not happen now, but may in a way happen later. Like I was able to incorporate it with something else. I don't know if that makes sense, but I've had people want to pick my brain when I have approached them about something, and even though they made it sound like they were interested in helping me make it happen, they ended up taking the idea and running with it. So I don't necessarily jump into telling everything I'm wanting to do or giving out all my little not trade secrets, but my little ideas or tips or tricks or whatever the case is that I was thinking may be a good thing, until I know that I can trust them and they are actually wanting to help genuinely or be there for it or whatever the case is. I learned that the hard way a couple of times, and it's sad to have to think that way, but it is. I mean, you know, there are a lot of people that are just out there for themselves, and they're willing to take anybody's ideas to be able to get there. And depending on the idea, and especially if it's a bit, yeah, wow, that's kind of a crazy idea, but I love the way you're thinking about getting to that, it may turn out to be, I hope that made sense. And naturally, I'm not a very cynical person. I'm a very trusting, very open, honest person, and I like to be able to just be able to be myself and go through ideas with people and whatever. But I've learned you kind of have to be careful in certain situations. I need to take a sip of water. I apologize. My throat is getting very dry. Hold on. Yeah, my squeaky straw drinking drives me crazy. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to do something, then we'll go back to the last one. Number 9, be persistent. Success comes to those that don't give up. You never know when your big break will happen, and that's so true. Being persistent is a good thing, and I mean, I guess you can be persistent to the extreme, which may not be so good, but being persistent and believing in yourself really does help success come to you. Especially if you have people that are watching you and wanting to be able to help but not really sure, and if they see that you just keep going at it, they see that you're not wanting to give up, and you know what, I think I'm going to back this person, or I'm going to help them with this, or you know what, she mentioned this and I think that's a good idea. I hope that makes sense. And you don't know what your next, you may keep trying, it's not working, and you may just give up right before that next attempt that would have been the key to everything, and just opening every door that there is and every window that there is, and where you could just have limitless success with whatever it is. You just don't know. And I know it's hard to keep going when it just isn't working, or isn't right. It isn't where you were really hoping it would be. It's hard. It is hard to continue. And it's hard to keep thinking, okay, maybe this next time it'll work. Maybe this next time it'll work. Maybe this is the time it's going to happen. Well, you know what? I'm going to try one more time. I get it. It is definitely, it can be soul-sucking sometimes, but you just don't know. And if you have other things that you could also be doing because you have other ideas or plans or thoughts or whatever, that can also help. But just being persistent, really, I mean, those that are persistent and don't let themselves quit oftentimes are the ones that are the truly successful people. Again, these are what I learned, my thoughts about what I learned, how I view these things. That doesn't mean it's the winning formula to anything, or it's what you should do, and I'm the all-knowing, and I've had all the experience, and no. This is what I've learned, what has worked for me, what has helped me. And I'm just going over it with you because something may resonate with you. Some people may think I'm a crackpot and I've lost my mind, and is she an idiot? How did she not know that? I mean, come on. Like I said, a lot of this is common sense. It's just sometimes things don't really hit in your brain until something happens. I mean, heck, just like I mean, I have a very analytical mind, and I analyze everything. But when I started crocheting, I mean, so many people, the bulk of the people that learn to crochet, let's say, have no problem picking up. Okay, once they're able to do it, they have no problem picking up the single crochet, double crochet, or half double crochet, etc., etc., etc. I couldn't pick it up to save my life until I saw a tutorial that was the crocodile stitch blank, or crocodile stitch something. I can't remember what it was. And it clicked just like that. My first project that happened to also be my first commissioned piece was a crocodile stitch blanket, because it made sense to me. I don't know what it was about it that made sense. Was it the numbers in the way of doing it, or I don't know what it was. But then after I did that, I was able to teach myself backwards and get to the simple stuff. It's just how my mind works. I learn by doing, which again, learning simple stuff should be easy, but for my brain, that's not how it works. But like even in any of my labs in college and in high school, or in college with the lectures, I would just like barely be squeaking by a passing grade. Okay, maybe not quite that bad, but I'm going to say a C average. My labs, I was always the top of the class because my brain just works that way. I'm able to do it when I'm seeing it and doing it and figuring it out that way. But if you're reading at me or trying to teach at me, I won't pick it up. Just simply reading, some things I can. I'm not saying nothing, but as a general rule. But you put it in front of me and you say, this is how you do it, bam, I got it. No problem at all whatsoever. Just how my brain works. And so this is what has worked for me, what I've learned, whether it took me 40 years to figure it out. I may have known it for general stuff, but as far as business, until I got into it, it didn't click. Does that make sense? So please don't take what I'm saying as gospel and that this is just the answer for everything you're wanting to do. No. But hopefully something will maybe make something click in your brain that will help you get to where you need to be to figure something out. Does that make sense? I hope. All right. Oh yeah, this one is obvious. Hard work pays off. I know there are a lot of people out there that don't. I used to not like hard work. I'll admit it. Although I'm a very hard worker. Especially when I'm working for somebody else, I will work my what is it, to the bones, or whatever the saying is. I will work my tuchus off and go above and beyond, and I will be there. Somebody calls out, I'll work a double shift for 2 weeks straight. I've done it. I will work my butt off. So I'm very much into hard work. My work ethic is very intense, but when it comes to my own stuff, sometimes I don't like hard work at all whatsoever. But hard work does pay off. Hard work and consistency and persistence pays off. So that was my next to last what I learned. Now I'm going to go ahead and announce the September future surprise giveaway winner. Okay, I guess it's not future because it's current, but I'm going to go ahead and announce the September surprise giveaway winner. So let me show you what you will win. And I've been racking my brain trying to remember what the last couple of people won. Now I know what the last person won. That was Amy. So I'm hoping I kept this kind of in the same size of winnings. But you guys know I'm almost obsessive when it comes to making things even, because I want everybody to be happy, and I don't want, so I know so many of you guys will say, stop worrying about it. Don't worry about it. We know, we appreciate whatever. But I was obsessing about it. That's just me. So, and I hope this video isn't boring because I haven't been sitting here laughing at myself or whatever, but why did this fall off? That's what happened. This fell off. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it back in here. I don't know if I can without ripping it. Ah! It's a ball band, but son of a biscuit. Okay, it's almost completely on there. All right. It's not quite. Son of a gun. All right. Now I think it's almost halfway on. Oh, I know why. Because she sent it, the way she saves money in shipping is she sent it in. I'm passing a kidney stone, so I'm like in a lot of pain, and I'm trying to pretend like I'm not, and it's not working very well. But she sent it in this, but it was vacuum sealed so that it was totally flat, like a pancake, like thinner than a pancake, if I remember correctly. And so I had to kind of fluff it up and then hank it myself, and I'm still working on that to get it look like all of these beautiful hanks. So forgive me that yours doesn't look, I mean, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good, but it's not like all of these beautiful hanks. Anyway, so now you know. Oh, of course you're getting yarn, because yarn's in every single one of the surprise giveaways. But it's by Arctic Crafts by Bente. Oh crap, I'm saying it wrong, aren't I? And I believe I even have a coupon code for her. Do I have a coupon code? If I have a coupon code, I'll put it across the screen. And I will definitely, of course, include the link to her shop. So definitely go check it out. But this is, I believe, no, it's not her business card. Oh, yeah. It says Crafting Under the Northern Lights. She is not in the U.S. or in North America, for that matter. Treat your wool with care to avoid color bleeding or felting. Hand wash gently and lay flat to dry, which is often suggested with hand-dyed yarns. Feel free to tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see what you make with my yarn at Arctic Crafts. So this is the card, Arctic Crafts. She has some beautiful stuff in her shop. I can't remember what it was that I had gotten from her, but she did include a stitch marker. It's a little snowflake. Isn't that cute? I wanted to keep it because I love snowflakes, but I didn't. It does have a little lobster claw clasp, and it also has this like light bulb safety pin, you know, that guy. But so you get a little stitch marker from her. And then the yarn that you're getting from her is, I kind of wrinkled the ball band, sorry, or the hank band, or the yarn band, or you know what I'm talking about. Platinum sock is the fiber base that it's called. 75% merino, 25% nylon, 100 grams, 425 meters. It is superwash merino, and it's called Kiwi Explosion. So this is the colorway that you have won. I love it because it's got the, I mean, it's speckling, but it's you know, a little bit like white, like a little bit like wider. You know what I don't know if you know what I mean, but I think it's beautiful with these greens and the burgundy and the teal. I just think it's really pretty. But Kiwi Explosion, so pretty, so pretty. But that's not it. I did add one more thing because first of all, everybody needs one of these. And I forgot my coupon code to her shop. What is my problem? Oh, Lord. It is, you all know, those of you that have been following me for a while, know I love my Naughty Knitting Sacks by Katie. Katie with Naughty Knitting Sacks. Love her stuff. Now, she does have the Fuzzy Sheep, which is the nice shop. And then she has the Naughty Knitting Sack, which is the naughty shop. But I had one more bag from her that she sent several bags for future giveaways. And I have given them all away except for one, which I saved for a future surprise giveaway. But I think it kind of goes along with this particular yarn. So I figured, okay, this is who's supposed to get it. But this is your Naughty Knitting Sack. I think this is the medium ball sack that she, or what she calls the medium ball sack. It does have a box bottom. And you put the strap, oops, in through here. And then you just hold it on your wrist. And you could just walk around. I walk around and crochet with it and stuff. I take these with me to my doctor's offices and stuff. I think I have like 5 or 6 of these, and then I have a couple of her larger ones. But I love my fuzzy ball sacks. But this is the inside. I don't know if you guys are going to get it. This is probably a question I should ask. Or should I just tell you what it is? All right. I guess I'll tell you what it is. But you see the screws? And what are these? U's. So screw U's. Screw you. You get it? Hope you get it. But anyway, so this is your fuzzy ball sack. Congratulations to you. I love Katie's product. So well made. So well made. And so many fun things. She does a shop update typically every 2 weeks. Follow her on Instagram. I'll make sure to put her Instagram handle down below. Make sure to follow her on Instagram. That's where she lets everybody know when she's doing her shop updates. But she does amazing work. Beautiful, beautiful bags. And I think it kind of goes well with this yarn. Kind of, sort of. I mean, kind of, sort of. It's got the green, darker greens in here, but I just had to do it. So congratulations to the winner, which I haven't told you who the winner is yet. Hold on, this isn't working out right. What's going on here? Oh, okay. Sorry, I folded it wrong. So the winner, the September Future Surprise Giveaway winner is... Congratulations, Melanie. I'm so excited for you. I know you were a subscriber of the week not too long ago. You are a lucky duck. or you've got luck when it comes to winning stuff. So congratulations, Melanie. I'm so excited for you. You are my 9th, because it's September and that's the 9th month, my 9th Future Surprise Giveaway winner. And I know I have your address, but go ahead, if you wouldn't mind emailing me anyway, just so I know you saw this video, I would greatly appreciate it, and then I'll go ahead and send it out. But congratulations. Yay! I'm so excited. You have been with me for a little while, and I know you watch all my videos and comment and everything else, so thank you so incredibly much for your support. And again, congratulations on being September's surprise giveaway winner. So I'm very excited about that. All right, so let me get to the last tip. Holy crap, this video is a lot longer than I expected. I apologize. All right, let me get, oh, I'm so warm, to the last tip. Number 11, manage your time. Put aside time for all key things that you need to have done, and then make a list of the things that you want to get done. And then if you have time after getting the needed items done, you can go ahead and do the things you want to get done. And then also make sure to find an organizational system that works for you, because lack of time management and organization is going to have you spinning your wheels. Totally 100%. And I am not 100% at this at all whatsoever. Clearly, you guys know that. But my schedule is absolutely insane. I'm on the go from 7 o'clock in the morning at the latest, typically, to about 10 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. But also don't be afraid to reach out to friends and family that are supportive for help if you need it. And be okay with reminders and stuff if they are helping you and they're trying to get you, you know, organized and everything else. And I know sometimes I resist reminders because I'm like, I got it, I know it, but I oftentimes forget things. So I'm getting better on that. But it's really important to manage your time and have organizational systems in place, because otherwise you will spin your wheels, which happens to me a lot because I'm not at the point where I am very set up with that. But the longer I've had my business, the longer I've been doing things and stuff like that. I mean, obviously I know that from when I have worked for someone. But it is very important. But it's also very important to make sure you reach out to people that are supportive of what your business is and what you do. Because if you have naysayers or people that don't really support you or agree with what it is that you are wanting to do, it will make things a lot harder. And yeah, that is something you definitely want to make sure you do, and find somebody that is supportive to be able to help you with whatever it is you need, until obviously you get bigger and you're able to actually afford to pay somebody to be there to help you. But until such time, maybe you can offer a handmade item, or you can, whatever it is that you do or make or whatever, sell, or maybe you can offer them something in exchange for their help versus paying them, until, of course, like I said, you're at the position where you can pay somebody. But anyway, I apologize for making this video so long. I sincerely did not mean to do that. I got wordy, and please forgive me. And if you guys fast forwarded through some stuff, I totally get it. But I hope this at least helped somebody maybe come up with their own things, or maybe something, you know, clicked for you. Otherwise, it was just me sharing what has worked for me or what I have learned. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope to see you tomorrow, Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, on my live. Miley says hi and bye to her peeps. My mom, of course, said to say hello as always. And again, thank you for all the birthday wishes. And we all thank you for the prayers and all the positive thoughts. That's amazing and so appreciated. Love, hugs, and prayers to everybody. Remember, for every season, there's a reason to crochet. And as far as prayers, if you need extra prayers but don't want to share publicly, feel free to email me at natalies.closet@yahoo.com. Melanie, did I say to email me? But you know my email address, so email me your address. But I can't remember if I actually said my email address. Anyway, yeah, email me if you need extra prayers but don't want to share publicly. And remember, if you'd like to be added to my Christmas card list, also email me with your address and I will add it to the list. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you guys tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, on my live or on Wednesday's video. So have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Bye.